This is everything I picked up this weekend at yard sales. Let's take a look. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the collection of 3 days, not 2, 3 days of thrifting and yard sailing. Friday we did thrifting. Saturday we did a little bit of yard sailing because it rained. And then Sunday, today, as I'm filming this, we picked up a ton of stuff. A lot of the community sales were closed yesterday. Some still braved the weather. The rest of them were open today. So let's take a look at what I picked up over the past 3 days. We're going to start with Friday. Friday, I went to my mom and pop thrift store, and I picked up these 4 video games. They charge $3 a piece for these games. A couple of them are not that strong. You've got Need for Speed Underground 2. You've got Tron 2.0 for the original Xbox. I'd never even seen this game before. This does okay, but it's not the strongest. But check these out. I've got Divinity Original Sin for the Xbox One. That does really well. And then I've got the white label Punch-Out for the Wii. This is not the Nintendo Classic Select version. This is the white label. This goes for about 40, 50 bucks. So I was very happy with the $12 spend to find those 4 things. Next up, I went to my Goodwill. My Goodwill does okay this week. The last 2 weeks, they've left me dry. I picked up some books. My rule of thumb with books is this. If it's something I've seen mass-produced, I don't bother with it. If I've never seen it before and it looks like it's a niche product, what I will do is I'll load up Scout IQ on my phone and I will scan the barcode, and that will tell me if it sells good on Amazon. If it sells good on Amazon, I will also whip out the eBay app and scan it for eBay and see if it sells good on eBay. If it sells good on Amazon and eBay, I will buy the book, and depending on whether or not I've got a large enough lot to go to Amazon, I will send it to Amazon or I will keep it here and sell it on eBay. So the first 3 books, they're all $1.49. Nothing special. They're just, books I've never seen before. So I picked them up. The 2 that are the most interesting is this one, Everything Explained for Professional Pilots. Never seen this before, but apparently sells for about 40 bucks. And then I found this coffee table book for Industrial Light and Magic. This sells for about 50 bucks consistently on eBay. So those 2 books I spent $3 on, and I'll probably make about 90 in revenue, probably about 60 to 70 in profit after the time we're done with shipping and eBay fees. So that was a pretty good run. That was Friday. Saturday, when it started raining, we still went. The first yard sale we went to, the lady went inside. I asked her if she had any old video games. There was nothing out. She came back out with this PlayStation 1 console. It's in very good shape. She pulled that out. She pulled out a couple of controllers. Stand by, Alf. We'll get to you. She pulled out a couple of controllers, an original PlayStation 1 controller and a PS1 controller with the analog sticks. A couple of memory cards, some cables, and then a big stack of games. These were the games that she pulled out. I'm not going to go through these because it's basically a bunch of filler. I'll probably lot these up and sell them for about 10 bucks. The games that were actually pretty decent was the Greatest Hits Rugrats Search for Reptar. Then we've got Dexter's Laboratory Black Label. We've got My Disney Kitchen, also Black Label. Smurf Racer, Black Label. Then this one was in the console. I had no idea. This was apparently a sleeper. This is Toy Story 2. Disc only. This still sells for about $14, $15. Then you've got 102 Dalmatians, also Black Label. So those games alone will probably make back the money. And then the PlayStation 1, I can, whatever that is, that'll be profit. So I paid 40 bucks for all of that. Not a bad price. I probably could have gotten it for a little bit better, but we were building a rapport. We were having a conversation. I didn't want to offend her, so I paid the 40 bucks. But all in, I will probably make about 40 bucks in profit on that. So it's still a double up. I'm happy with that. Then the next yard sale we went to on Saturday was this one, where the lady had this Philips DVD VCR combo unit that had this note on it and says free missing remote and cables, don't know if it works. So you got me with free. So I bring it home, I test it, it works great. That was pretty much it for Saturday. Not a lot, but we came back Sunday and we hit it strong. What we did on Sunday was the first yard sale we went to. I found this Alf doll. This is a plush from like 1986. I paid $1 for it. I don't pay more than $1 for plushes. I have plenty of plushes, but this one sells for probably $14, $15 in this condition. So for $1 spend and I make 14, I'm okay with that. So the next yard sale we went to was actually the lady who had the PlayStation 1. She said she went back into the house after we left and she found this Xbox 360, the Elite version, and a Kinect, a couple of games, and also had this purple chrome Xbox 360 controller. I had no idea that this was apparently a valuable and rare controller. You can see the price up on the screen. So I had no idea. This was not like me trying to lowball her, but we negotiated a price of $40 for this lot as well. She threw in a bunch, again, not a lot of good games. In fact, some of them were empty cases. But she threw in a few Kinect games, which I'll bundle with the Kinect controller. She had a couple of books that were, again, nothing great. She threw these in because I was looking at these when I was negotiating the price for the Xbox. Graphic design books. They'll sell for about $10, $15 a piece. And then the only game that she had that was really decent was this Just Dance Disney Party, and just decent is subjective. This sells for about $14, $15 as well. So again, $40 for that. The Xbox is going to need some cleaning. It's not got a hard drive. It's very dusty, so I'm going to have to take it apart and clean it before I sell it. But when I'm done, that'll probably get me about $70, $80. So it wasn't a bad deal. Wasn't a great deal. But again, if I can double up, I'm going to do that. So the next yard sale we went to had a stack of CDs, all of these labeled free as well. Normally I pass on CDs, but I mean, we had some Janet Jackson in there. We had some Michael Jackson in there. So I figured, you know, if I can lot those up and sell them for $10, $15, you know, for free, I can't go wrong with that. Next yard sale we went to, I found this Milk Bone cookie jar. So what happened with this is I saw it, and I saw a YouTube video recently where the guy talked about cookie jars actually being worth something. So I made a note of what this was. I didn't buy it, but I went back to the car and I looked up the price on eBay. And when I saw the price, I said, yeah, let's go back and talk. So I went back and talked to him. And this is part of what yard selling is, and that's negotiation. I asked the guy, you know, how much do you want for this? And he said, $3, $2. I said, how about $1? You're going down. Let's just stop at $1 and call it a day. Trying to build a rapport, being social, being funny. And if I got it for $1, that's great. But he said, no, I think $2 is fair. I said, yeah, $2 is not bad. So I gave him $2 for this. But considering what it sells for, still a good deal. And it's in great shape. Picked up this snapback hat for $2. Washington Redskins. When they changed their name to Commanders, I still haven't seen it, but I think that a lot of the Redskins labeled merchandise is going to go up in value. So I expect to get more than $2 for that. I don't know what I'm going to list it for yet. I put a price up on the screen of the closest thing I found for a comp. Maybe if I sell it for $10 plus shipping, you know, again, not a great deal, but not bad either. But this lot over here was the one this was really kind of like the most interesting thing of the entire weekend. This is a collection of, if you've ever watched the animated show Rudolph when he goes to the Island of Misfit Toys, these are all the plushes from all the different characters. There's, you know, you've got King Moonrazer, you've got a couple of Santas, you've got the Charlie in the Box. There's just quite a few of these here, and they sell for a pretty good penny. This pink elephant, for example, sells pretty well. So I'm not sure if I'm going to sell them, and they all still have their original tags on them. So I'm not sure if I'm going to sell them as a lot or if I'm going to sell them individually. I still have to think about that. But she had $30 on that. We negotiated down to $20. So I think that was a good deal, because if I sell that as a collection, as a lot, it should sell between $100 and $120, and they pay shipping. So that's a pretty good run. Finally, to close out the day today, the last yard sale we went to, I picked up this 3DS. This is an original 3DS from the original run. Not a new 3DS, not an XL, just an old 3DS. And it's a black one. It's in reasonably good shape. There's some scratches on the touchpad. That's fairly common. The problem is it smells like smoke. So what I tell people is this: if you have something that is smoky smelling, the best way to get rid of that is to wrap it in dryer sheets and put it in a Tupperware container in your garage or someplace that gets a little warm. It doesn't have to get ridiculously hot, but something that's above room temperature on a regular basis, and leave it there for a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks, it will smell factory fresh, no smoke, and it'll actually be good to use and good to sell. So that's probably what I'm going to do with this. I don't know that I'm going to sell it for, you know, what they normally go for, just because of the condition. We'll have to see how well I can clean it up, and the scratches on the screen bother me a little bit. So the story for this was she wanted $10. And again, negotiation is key to yard sales. I said, how about $5? So she was kind of hemming and hawing. And one of the best things I can tell you is when you're in the middle of a negotiation, silence is your best weapon. Because I said, how about $5? And then I shut up. The silence gets awkward, and eventually she'll speak. So she kind of hesitated, like, well, you know there's a game in there. And I said, well, what game's in it? So she pulls it out and she says, Mario and Luigi Dream Team. So I stopped listening after Mario and Luigi. First party title, 3DS game. This has got some potential. I said, okay, well, I'd still like to pay you $5. I said, there's no charger, there's no stylus. I don't know if it works. The batteries are dead. I could be buying a brick. She said, how about $7? $5 for the console, $2 for the game. So I said, okay, $7 works. So the game itself sells for about $24, $25, and I've tested it and it works. And this unit does work. I mean, I don't know if you can see that on the screen, but the console does work. So all in all, I think I spent about $100, but I should be able to get $300 to $400 in profit from everything you see on the table here over time. So that's it. That's everything I got this weekend. What do you think? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I was completely floored by this purple Xbox controller. I never knew that was such a rare item. But yeah, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you enjoy this kind of content. It does help in the algorithm. And yeah, I do one of these every week, so subscribe to the channel. That's it, guys. I appreciate your time. Thanks a lot for looking. I will talk to you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.